We've got over 30 million to spend in the second division of Italy. I'm going to need your help to spend it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frank. Welcome back to Juventus Save. Here we are. Obviously, the relegated Juventus Save doesn't really have a proper working title as such, but where we last left you, we were going to finish off the last couple of games. But obviously, as you probably heard in my last episode, and I think it did come across in the quality, so I can only apologise. It wasn't my greatest. I was very ill, and I have been ill for a fair few days, I must say. Either way, well, I think we last left you where I was going to come back and just play a couple of games here. It could be I generally don't remember. I'm not going to pretend. I think our B team 5-2 possibly, but the league was more or less wrapped up, is from what I remember. We have played on a fair few games. I won't obviously go over the games right now. It's not the important bit. We did wrap up the league, as you see here. 1 second, league table. Won by 25 points at the end, so it's a bit more of a foregone conclusion than we thought. Rigoberto Rivas ended up being the league's top goal scorer, as well as the highest rated player. We didn't get the assists, but Sule and Rivas come second and third, respectively. Player of the match, and Carlo in goal got the 16 clean sheets out of 38, which was fantastic. We just see these stages, like the bigger pull-out one. We got our goal difference was 64, which is about 44 higher than the nearest closest goal scorer, basically, which is unbelievable. We did really well. I don't know what's happened here. It must be a relegation playoff or something. Who knows? We're top of our league. The board, in their wisdom and their greatness, has given us 30 million to spend, but we've also got 500 grand in wages, mainly because they've restructured their debt and they've got in loads of sponsorships. Whether the game just doesn't allow Juventus to be broke that long, I mean, it is what it is. But we've got 30 million to spend, which is a lot of money. But we need it. We need every penny. We've got to improve this team, well, substantially to have a chance in the division, Serie B next year. But we'll have a little look and see what's going on there at the moment. Who will be in there? Obviously, they're going to lose a few people because people have been promoted, of course. But Cosenza and Brescia got up. But who's there that we know? Parma looked like, well, they could be there. Cagliari, Venezia, Tanana, Bari, Spal, Palermo are there still. They're in the relegation playoff, though, so they may not be. But it's teams that people will probably be more familiar with. And obviously, there's a massive jump up in quality, honestly. So where does this leave us this episode? We're going to just recap and have a little look. So I'll do it as where you will see the transfer we make this episode, and I'm going to do it now and go over a few things with you as I come across them. But we'll go do the season review now. We'll just have a look at a few things that jump out of us. Here's our arrivals in and what the fans thought of them. Only 5 we made. They loved Rigoberto Rivas, and rightly so. 23 goals and 11 assists for the Honduran man. It's been absolutely fire for us. Been fantastic. 1.4 million, well worth value for money, I reckon. Gendry, who was A+ apparently, just hilarious. He was only on loan, but 8 assists in 26 games and plenty of clean sheets for not a lot of money at all. Was fantastic. I believe I looked at bidding for him, and he wanted something like 50 grand a week or something like that. Obviously, he's probably well aware we've got money now, or lots of money in the wage budget, but no, I'm not going to pay him that. Kenan Yildiz is being rated as a new signing. I don't know why. We didn't sign him as such, did we? He just came to us from Bayern. It was already done. Ranieri got a decent rating too. He did well. Again, tried to sign him because we have an agreement in his loan where we can do so. Wanted 70 grand a week. So I think we're going to run into this problem quite a bit. Wisdom Amy was a player who came in towards January. Didn't play too much, but do you know what? Good signing. Someone I will keep an eye on if we can pick up. In terms of transfers out, I mean, it's not really anything to do with us, but we'll have a little look where people have went. I mean, it doesn't show our release players, sadly, so we don't know too much. But either way, season's results. Won that. Yeah, pivotal. Oh, yeah, the Super Cup we wrapped up. It's a cup at the end of the season. We did win it, but you wouldn't have seen it. We didn't sadly win the Coppa Italia Liga Pro, and we probably won't, because I don't think Serie B play in it. Oh, I missed that bit there. There was the match the month. Oh, hold on. What's happened? Moments to remember. Here we are. Biggest win, 5-0 against San Giuliano. I thought we'd be higher, do you know? Honestly. Match to remember was the 3-1 against Renate, and the goal of the season, Hassa. a player who didn't play for us a lot. Let's have a look what he managed to pull out, because apparently he got goal of the season here, Mr. Hasa. He would have been playing in a week we were rotating, most likely. So have a little look. Headed away, Richo, Sule, Hasa on the edge of the box. It's a lovely bending effort, but do you know what? It's not. It's not anything to write home about. It's decent. It's not. It is what it is. It's not a massively impressive goal. But so as I look at this squad now, what do I think? Like, I think we're pretty good. We've got a few loan players coming back. Obviously, Fagioli you can just write off. He's not coming back, so we'll get him out of it completely. But Nicola Ravella, fantastic player. Will probably play next season. Well, I mean, he's got a small hip injury at the moment, but he's fantastic. His contract. When is his contract? Actually, probably worth checking. Expires next year. Okay. So he could be on his way out, but I don't know if that actually means. I think it's ending next year, so we need to work on his contract. But he's a great player. Coney De Winter's coming back. He's got a long deal, so we haven't got to worry about that. And Coney De Winter's a player who probably will play for us quite a lot in the second division. He's really good. He's been playing for Empoli in Serie A. Played 9 games. Obviously, he's played in Serie A, so he's got some quality about him. I think in the second division, he'd be fantastic for us. Another one is Filippo Ranocchia. Really good player as well. Was at Monza again. Didn't really play, but I feel like Serie B will probably be his level. So we've got a few people coming back on loan that we can implement into the team. Don't really have anyone I would probably call up from the B team, but I think we've got quite a job on our hands to bring in a few people. Obviously, we're going to build it around Bonucci. He'll be staying, of course, the main man. Still got 3 years on his deal, but I think goalkeeper, centre back, right back, there's not a position that I can't see us not looking at. So what I'll do is I'll probably leave it here, carry on until we get to the next season properly, and then when I have a player, I'll probably show you him if I'm probably going to sign him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll show you him, and then by the end of the episode, we'll probably be more or less where we are for the squad, and then we'll play some games in the second division next episode. But let's do the fun bit. Let's have a look at some players together. Hold on here, we found a player here. Marwan Salah. 19 years old Egyptian. Love the nationality. Just weird nationalities on Football Manager. Just love it. Left footed as well. Goalkeeper. Really tall. 188. Just shy over 6'1", I reckon. 19 obviously could grow. I mean, I do you know what? I always say that could grow. Is that a feature in Football Manager? Or no? I mean, maybe for Regions. Probably not him. But either way, 4.5 star potential. 2.5 right now. Basically as good as Carlo Pinsolio now. Would come as under homegrown as well, I believe. Eligibility, don't know. I don't really know. I mean, yeah, in a couple of years he would. What did it say on his thing here? Register report. Council Wars domestic. Under 19s, under 20. Yeah, fine. Do you know what? I like this. We can get him for about 150 grand as well. And if he's as good as Carlo right now, I'm definitely popped a bid in, as you saw. So a bid is already in. Played for them 33 times last year. And where did he play? So Catania are like liquidated, basically. So they're in, I don't know what league, probably Serie D, the one below where we played. But I really like his stats. And yeah, I'm going to make a bid in. We'll see if we can get him in. Another player we've made a bid for, Aldo Florenzi from Cosegna. 3 million. I really like the look of him. 4-star current for us and 4.5 rising to 5 potential. 3 million, a lot of money. Obviously, we do have the money to spend, but yeah, just there's something about him. He's got 6 goals and 7 assists last season in Serie B, so he's proven it's this level. He had a really good average rating. But the key issue, he wants 70 grand a week. If I can get that down a bit, I mean, look, we've got bundles of money to spare in terms of wages, but I want to set a precedent. I don't want to start paying that before we even get back to Serie A, where I don't think he's a Serie A rated player. He's very good, but I mean, he is very good though. Like, he's 21. There's a lot of upside to him. Obviously, he ticks a lot of boxes. He could play that left attacking mid role, right attacking mid, centre attacking mid, and centre mid as well. I think he's very good at everything, even the Mazzala role, possibly. I've put the bid in, as well as obviously Salah, which you saw as well. But not sure about that one. It might change. I think I've got it down to 60. But yeah, I don't know. I might pull out of it. I just wanted to show you it just in case, I do go ahead with it. Hold on a minute. No, we're close to administration. I knew this would happen. The boarding, do you know what? Look, we're 384 million in debt. We've got losses of 6 million last month. Um, Holy Lord. We're about to enter administration, possibly. So we might not be able to buy players anyway. So I'm going to rush and try and spend this money as soon as possible. But I knew this would happen. They give us a 30 million budget and we can't even afford our bills. It's happening again. We could get relegated real game, honestly. I'll be back to you if there's any developments. Another player to join us, Salah and Florenzi have already agreed to join. Obviously, that will happen literally in a couple of days now. Obviously, when it ticks over to the new month, another player will be joining them is Dam Foulon from Benevento, who are also playing this division, I believe. Yep, they will be. Syria rated left back, as per my scouts. Good player, really good left foot, good aggression. I like what he can do. He's a bit more of a, how do I describe him? Just more of a cultured left back. I wouldn't say he's a pace merchant, but he's definitely got a cross on him. I think he'll have some good. I mean, if you have a look at some of his positives in terms of progressive passes, I think he was second in the league as a left back last year, and made third most interceptions. So he's got some good stats around him. I think he's a really full player, like a complete player as a wing back. Could also play as like in a five if that is something we wanted to pursue. But I think he's a solid player. He's only 24. And he wanted to move to a bigger club. We are a bigger club. We are nearly quadrupling his wages again. He's only on 10 grand a week over here. But I think that's the price we're going to have to pay to sign some of the players in and around us in this division. But I think it improves us massively. So I will confirm that. It is only 1.8 million. It's just the wages, really. But I think we'll be able to sign quite a lot of players for not a lot of money. We'll probably just have to need to tick over the slider more into wages, I reckon. There's another player joining us. One player heading out. Didn't kick a ball for us. Will never probably moving forward. Tried to offer him a new deal. Was wanting north of like 50, 60, 70, etc. But he did have literally about 6 months left on his deal or a year coming into it, and he wanted to consider options. I thought, no, let's just not lose him on a free. I mean, I could have kept him for a year, obviously, and had some good football out of him, but 6.5 million is better than nothing, so we've decided just to move him on to Hertha Berlin. So sadly, no Nicola Ravella for us. However, we are trying to be busy. We've put a couple of bids in for people. Marco Bertini from Lazio is a good player here, defensive midfielder and a centre mid. Younger lad, of course, 20 years old, good potential, good upside. Thinking about that defensive mid role wouldn't be a very expensive deal, so trying to get that one over the line. Jeremy Boga, obviously a well-known player, played around, been at Atalanta, been at Sassuolo, obviously came from Chelsea's academy when they bought him when he was quite young, obviously. Really good player. I think he'd really improve that left wing spot, or at least give Rigoberto Rivas something to think about. One I'll be looking at, but don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. Facundo Colidio, obviously a wonder kid back in the day from Boca. Good player. I don't know specifically if I need him, but he's not on a lot. He wouldn't be a lot of money. It's only about what am I offering him? Like 29k. And most of the players I am offering are wanting like 30 or 40. So it would be a cheaper option. Interesting. Don't know if I'll do it, but I've got a few Argentinians here, and I think he'd blend in pretty well. So we'll find out. But I'll update you. Here we are, another signing. Recruits coming thick and fast now. Victor Kovalenko coming from, where did he come from? Atalanta, I believe. Where did I sign him from? Yeah, he was on loan to Spezia for 2 years, but he's an Atalanta player, straight from Shakhtar's academy. A good Ukrainian kid, very determined, very much like him. Will play Zala role most likely. I like everything about him, really. He's decent with both feet. He's a ready-made player. I wouldn't say he's got massive upside being 27, but I think he's a Serie A level player. 100 where it says down here, good Serie A player. He is slightly injury prone, which is a bit of a negative, but I think he improves our midfield hugely. It definitely gives us an option. 100% gives us more options. Obviously, the team is beginning to take shape now. Rivas is unhappy, wants a new contract. We'll definitely take a look at that. But we're moving so quickly. I'm very cautious to give contracts for the people that won us the league last year because they're going to want a massive pay rise. So not too sure on that thing. I'll continue forwards and I'll try and update a few bits and so on, and we'll find out. One I'm most proud of, actually, if you've watched my Ibiza save, you know what I feel for this man. Wilfred Gnonto. Unbelievable. What a man himself. Nonto he is. Do you know what? Just an absolute animal, Wilfred. I don't know if he's as good as last year, but do you know what I do know? He's going to score some goals for us. We've got him on an initial loan, but it's got a mandatory fee attached to it. So we're going to be signing for £16 million. It's done. It's a done deal. He is a striker, but He's already fluent to play attacking mid, can play left wing or right wing. So I'm really not too worried about it completely at all. And the money's not going to leave us until the end of the season anyway, so it'll be like next year's problem. So it's done. He's here. He's staying, and he'll be here permanently. So it's great for us. The team is starting to take shape a bit now, as you see here. Pardon me. Sorry, I've still got this cough lingering. Beg pardon. I tried so hard to not get it in this episode, but if you have a look at the team now, obviously we've got a few people, and it will change a bit. Obviously, Dorothy Otto won't play. It'll probably be Patini, and probably something like that. I don't know. I'm figuring out this back bit here, but I don't know. But yeah, it's coming together, the team. I think we're doing well. It's probably a good place to leave it for now. Obviously, I'll play the rest of the pre-season. You'll join me next game. We'll play Bari and Lecce and probably maybe even Sampdoria as well, because we've got big games happening now in this division. It's really good to see. Obviously, we did well in Serie C. We went up first time of asking. Now it's time to test ourselves. And I hope you join me for the next episode. I'll probably have a few more players to show you. I've got a couple of million left, and I'm selling a few players as well. But you can find out next episode. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a very different type of video than I usually make. Please do let me know what you think. I tend to not show the in-between stuff at all. So it's a bit of out of my comfort zone. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see it more in future. I'm happy to do it. My name's Frank. Thank you for watching. Haha, I'm very good at this YouTube stuff. I'll see you later.